money, when the not savers, be liking my flavor, I think it's cause. On the rest, watch out, I never switch, I never switch, I never switch, I never switch. I see the risk, I see the risk, I see the risk, I see the risk, I see the risk.
I was legit. Ever since I blew, they all on my. Hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got choked, long. Say I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent my 10 on my fit. Ex-slick then, he with the. Back then, used to out the zip. Blow out his back, then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these 4 lanes pull out the VIP. Suck, turn up, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between our visitors and the Carolina Panthers. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. 10 Lobo. Recon, 132 fighter. Go. 2.
Off the play fake. Ledford. Throw left side complete. It's Mills. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
Hey, high 7, get it.
From the gun. Ledford, the Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Daniil Hunter in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hard. Ready?
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The number 1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Leo! Look at me! Go! Check fire!
He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 18. It's a Carolina 1st down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
He's going to take a shot for the end zone. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. In for the score as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Ledford. This is intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. 2nd and 5. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 3 catches now this afternoon, the same number he had all of last week. Also, it's a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Ready up.
Lock 57. Check.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
3 down, 3 down.
2.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's got the Joker, who's been tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play.
70. Indy.
I'm coming after you.
Be careful. Be careful.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Hey, watch the ball. No.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
And Gay knocks this one through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Yep.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending the guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, Ledford. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3.
Alpha.
Right here.
Topper. Now.
Operating from the gun. Ledford. Cooper's got it. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
It's a gain of 6. First down, San Diego.
Set. 10 Lobo.
Pick it up, defense.
You draw Porter. He's checking. Crack. Yo, go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Watch the screen. Kill. Pilot, 64, weak.
And to give this time to the tailback. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Ready to break.
Possibly a good spot here to take a shot as they come out with 3 receivers to the left on 2nd and less than a yard.
Hey, zoom. Now.
Mike 10. I'm on. 10's the mic. Coming to you.
2nd down and inches. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Watch the eye.
Yes.
Man, move it. You gotta get
Go.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
Hey, Wahoo!
10's the mic. I'm coming.
Hey!
I've got Mike 10 right here, guys. Mike 10. Watch the run.
From the gun, Ledford. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On the set.
We're going 25 to Mike.
Hey, exit.
It's on field.
Look at me. Zipper.
At 25 to Mike. We're going 25 to Mike. Ricky.
Dude.
Looking to throw on second down. Ledford, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
The offense on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Go!
Hey, 25 to Mike. We'll go 25 to Mike. Go. Go. Check 24. Check 24. Kill.
Deep rip.
Operating from the gun, Ledford. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Set, ready? 30 base. Hey, Echo.
You got nothing, Rick. You got nothing. Mike 51. Mike 51.
Ready?
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again.
Ready?
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
80 weapon. Hey, Delta. Hey. Get him. You got him. 55.
2nd and long. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Here we go. 18 Gator. Bravo.
Hey, watch this. Shift.
Hey, lock it. Hit it.
They'll look to throw here. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Come on, set.
So on the other side of the field now, it's first and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Let's go. 50
They'll set up to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
This quarterback now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's first and 10. Looking to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. Here's second and 8. This is caught, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
It's my boy.
A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
From the 21, it's second and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
22 jet bombers. 22 jet bombers.
25 to Mike. We're going.
Throwing again. Ledford. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
This offense on third down today, they've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Hey, Charlie.
From the gun, Ledford, and he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Give him 3. Yards and a fresh set of downs.
And the San Diego first down.
Let's go.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6.
25 to Mike. We're going 25 to Mike.
Get it.
Back to throw. Ledford. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Ready, set.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Yep.
10's the Mike. 10's the
Hey, orbit. Ready.
To throw again. Ledford. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Go.
At 25 to Mike.
Go.
Guys, it's game
5.
Operating from the gun. Ledford. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And they'll send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Here we go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Well, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey, Zoom.
Don't be scared of it.
Hey, Sam off.
We got double.
You're out.
Check it out.
Go.
They'll look to throw.
Run.
Looking right sideline, that's complete. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's first and 10.
Check the outs, check the outs, check the outs. 51.
He'll drop to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the... It's caught inside the 25. That one goes for 30 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. They'll set up a throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long. Back to throw here. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down.
And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way. He'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot.
It's fourth down.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half.
A 32-yard attempt.
Gay's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
50, plant.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it.
Ready?
They'll look to throw here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now back to throw. This is the tight end, Njoku. 22 yards there, a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Carolina. As his guys are in for 6. And the Panthers, they widen their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. He'll look to throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
A gain of 14 yards brings up third down.
Down. 60 outlaw. Hey, Delta. Yeah.
Watch out.
They'll drop to throw. A man over the middle, and it's complete. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Back to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. In for the score. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Hey, Haywood!
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Mike 10. Mike 10. Mike 10. All day. All day.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He's going to let this one go deep. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. Well, they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to wind up and air it out. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A big play there. 62 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Hey, foxtrot. 5.
Looking to throw. Ledford nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
3rd and 14.
Come on,
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down.
Watch the safety creep. Bang, 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 bang.
Hey, Charlie.
Hey, 25 to Mike. We're going 25 to Mike.
Hit it.
From the gun, Ledford, and the pressure gets to him again. Brian Burns in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. They bring their punter out there now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken right at the 35. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
18 Gator.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Ball on the 42 as they come up second and 10.
I got one.
51. Second and 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
On the set.
Mike 51. Hey, they're scared. They're scared.
Back to throw now on first down. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. The 40, 30, 20, 10. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still had the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for two. Operating from the gun, Ledford. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Yeah, still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. They just look like they're having fun out there. Big lead. There's another big play on the big run. I mean, they can't be stopped.
I'm a little bit older than you, as you well know, partner, and you tend to tell me that all the time. But there used to be a big-time song, and the lyric was, "Summertime and the living is easy." Right now, it's football time, and the running is easy for this crew.
To the right side, and he's got more complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Add this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal.
Let's go, D, let's go.
Second and 4. He's swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They're going to look to throw. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. David Njoku, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Hey, Orbit.
25 to Mike. We got 25 to Mike. I smell fear in that offense.
Now.
Throwing again. Ledford. It's caught. Cooper. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
This offense so far on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Mike 10. Watch the pass. Here we go.
Back to throw. Ledford. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. And on now is the punter. He's been terrific so far. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And Owen coughed it up. The Panthers on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 4. They'll set up to throw. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
On the ready. 6-6, pull it high.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing.
They'll run on first down. Mills. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the Panthers' 43-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, Alpha. Yep.
Mike 10. Crunch time, defense. Mike 10. Mike 10. Mike 10. Down to lose 1. 10's the Mike. 10's the Mike. Here we go.
Hey, Zoo.
Mike 10 right here.
Deep rip.
From the gun, Ledford. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Brian Burns picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
3rd and long.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
Smooth. Yo, go.
Hey, 25's the Mike. We'll go 25's the Mike.
Better bring it.
Hey, Wahoo.
I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it.
Jack.
Get it.
Operating from the gun, Ledford. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
So they bring out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Oh, my goodness, I thought he'd peel off. Instead, he makes the fair catch at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Ready?
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player or broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their 2nd meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from their first one and blew out the Seahawks.
And he will have the first down here as he's up to the 15. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
At the 21-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
What you got? What you got, baby? What you got, baby? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go. 2nd and 10. 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 2nd and
So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a handoff here to his running back. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
Yeah, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Tressway now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today, coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
First down, San Diego.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey! Hey, Echo!
10's the mic. 10's the mic. Bring it!
From the gun, Ledford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Drop, rock it.
Watch the curve.
Shoot.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Ledford. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
Move. Hey, boys, we got 4 down.
Bravo.
Mike 10.
Look, squeeze.
Check 31. Whip. Watch the whip. Quick the edge. Come.
Deep grip.
To throw on third down. Ledford, he's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
And looking up into the sun, he's able to make the fair catch inside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Got it.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And checking the timeouts. They do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
I'm going to run you over. Let's go,
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this.